Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we are playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So, you might notice with that Iron Drake video the other day, yeah, I've been playing around with a load of silly things lately, and what always tends to happen, because, you know, I'm trying to be entertaining, I'm trying to find new ways of using things, so I always end up, you know, going on a spree of just bringing stupid nonsense, and I get to a point where I stop even thinking about what I'm doing, and just bring a load of crap. And I end up just losing a load of matches, and none of them are very satisfying, and none of them really show off anything or discover anything new. I'm just sort of doing it for the sake of it. And then I always play as the Beastmen. And they fix me. They're my reset button. For some reason, Beastmen always just get my head back in the game. And even if I'm, you know, bringing a lot of meme stuff, I use the meme stuff better, because I've reset myself, and Beastmen do that for me. And that was what this match was. I'd been playing a load of stupid things, and I wasn't really coming up with anything fun or interesting, so I decided to hit reset. Brought the Beastmen, because the Beastmen, you've got to micro pretty intensively, it's very aggressive, so it's all clicks per second, it really just, it wakes me up, and I think it's great. I think everyone needs a faction like that, and for me it's Beastmen. Very aggressive play style, so you have to really be on your feet, and, you know, be commanding everything. So that's what this game was, and as you can see, I've got some Bestigors in the front. I'm against the Lizardmen, so these guys will do well against all of the infantry, which is nice. They've got high enough leadership, they're not going to get terrified away straight away. That armor piercing will help against dinosaurs, and backed up by two Minotaurs with great weapons, I'd like to see big dinosaurs try anything. Also, I've got some extra armor piercing with my Razor Gores on the sides, along with my Ungor Spearmen. So, usual trick, you know, have the Razor Gores add mass to my front line of Ungor Spearmen. So if something tries to charge in, it's just going to get stuck amongst the Razor Gores, and the Ungors will be able to get more hits in, so I really like that. Also, I've got the Brave Shame of the Wild, so Mantle of Gorok and Traitorkin, going to get some good damage on the big stuff and buff my own units to be able to do incredible damage. Seriously, Mantle of Gorok on Minotaurs, it's a classic, I love it. Also, I have a Khazrak the One Eye I brought this time. I decided to mix it up a bit. He's very similar to the Beast Lord, he's only got the one attack buff, but he also has his own little fun things like Scourge and, what's it called? The Dark Mail, that's the one. So, helps against spellcasters, and, you know, Slan and things will have that. So it's kind of nice if he does bring a Slan or Zlak or something. You can help get rid of them, because frankly, -9 melee defense is pretty good if it's a caster on a mount. So against Lizardmen, I really like it, because frankly, the big dinosaurs don't have a lot of melee defense. They have a lot of armor, but not a lot of melee defense, so -9 to that is actually really beneficial. Also, I've got some tentacles with throwing axes, because of course being able to keep things at arm's length and throw armor-piercing missiles at them is beautiful. So my opponent here, very polite by the way, I picked Beastman, he said, oh, do you mind if I pick Lizardman? Which is lovely, it's nice that, you know, he's considerate enough to actually give me the option, you know, which I think is great. It's good sportsmanship, so kudos to this guy. So energized, you're one of the good ones, man. So here you can see he has Saurus Spears on the outside to defend against Centaurs. He's got some more in the back, again, for all the Centaur nonsense that people tend to pull. Also, a load of Saurus Warriors in the front. They will cleave through most infantry, apart from the Bestigors, but in the middle, he does have a lot of help with the Skink Priest. So, okay, went with the Skink Priest, not a Slan on a Stegodon. So that's great. So, still, I get the benefit of the Dark Mail there, which is nice. So, yeah, very nice having the missile damage that they have. They'll be able to shoot a lot of quite low armoured stuff, including my Minotaurs, to be honest. Minotaurs aren't great at holding up to that kind of missile fire, so that's very useful. He also has a Saurus Old Blood on a cold one, so nice small target. Oh no, he's not on a cold one, he's on foot. So he's going to be a hard target to hit. Any anti-large I've brought or any missiles, it's going to be hard to get a lot of damage onto him. So he's used the Horn of Kygor, that's the one, for some extra charge bonus and melee attack, which is nice. Very nice indeed, and that'll benefit everyone in the front line, which is great. Also, he has a Feral Carnosaur to help deal with the big stuff. And he does have some Skink Javelins, which is pretty good. These guys will do some good damage to things like the Razor Gores or even the Minotaurs. So, very nice. Let's speed things up. So here I did let my Centaurs get a bit close. I'll be pulling them out because they are taking Javelin fire right now, which I can't abide by, so they need to get out of there. So here I did get a spell off, so I've used... Oh no, he's used Curse the Midnight Wind. I used my own buff to give extra melee attack, so now my Minotaurs have plenty of melee attack, and they are really chewing through some of these units. The Saurus Old Blood with my anti-infantry of Khazrak, which people don't tend to expect you to bring a chariot against a load of dinosaurs. He's getting some great damage onto the Saurus Old Blood. And with the Javelins and the Minotaurs in here, that Skink Priest is suffering heavily already. You'll see his melee defense is only 23, so he's getting hit a lot. So I managed to punch through in a couple of places. Unfortunately, though, this Carnosaur is really bullying my Minotaurs. My Minotaurs are really suffering in here. Horribly. And my spellcaster's kind of alone over here, which is not good. But anyway, getting some more good throwing axe in Skink Priest, and I'm actually going to send one of these guys just to chase him off. And I'll have the other one continuing to fire at things. So here now, I've got more Minotaurs able to come back in, and with all of the Minotaurs in here, and with the Mantle of Gorok, that's not a good sign for the Feral Carnosaur. So that's wrapped up pretty damn quickly, but he does have spears backing him up, so it's a real pity with the Feral Carnosaur. He couldn't path him out, because he'd rampaged. And once you've got a Feral Carnosaur rampaged amongst things like this, there's no escape. So here, really unlucky that the Skink Priest charged away from his lines rather than back towards where he had more spearmen. So I'm able to just chase him off without any problems. So here, yep, my Razor Gauls are rampaged, they're just running around, but it's fine. Razor Gauls are kind of, I don't know, they just add mass and annoyance to the lines. I'm quite happy for them to run off in any direction, honestly. So here, I will need to get the Minotaurs out, but my Bestigors are going to try and hold back these Saurus Spears. Over on this side, yeah, the Saurus Spears are going to deal with these guys very easily, so I'm just going to start throwing axes into their backs, which will definitely help. They won't get the benefit of those shields, and frankly, there's not much else that's particularly valuable. I mean, his Carnosaur has come back, but he's very injured, and yeah, his Lord, I believe, is shattered. Here he is. Yep. Ooh, very unfortunate. So here, I've got my Minotaurs. They were gonna try and back up the sorry, Ungor Spearmen here, but instead I'm just gonna charge through, and I'm gonna keep charging through before they take too much damage. It's risky, but I just want to bowl these guys over while I deal with other things. And now my chariots can come into the rescue. Over here, my other Minotaurs are chasing down the Feral Carnosaur, and he will not survive. So over here, yep, Razor Ghoul Herd still just running into whatever. But these Saurus Spears, my Saurus, his Saurus Spears defeated my Ungor Spears. There we go. So that's a bit risky. And he is getting on top of my Centaurs. But I notice in time I'm going to back away. And stuff starts breaking. That is a Pyrrhic victory. So very quick. Very quick. That's what I love about Beastmen, right? As sort of my reset button. I just get a quick game in. You know, I have to use quite a lot of micro. Make sure I'm layering those abilities quickly. There's enough sort of... Frankly, Beastmen are fragile enough that you always want to make sure you've got the right targets on the right things. So it means you've got to adapt quickly, so you've got to pay attention. So my Minotaurs, for instance, Saurus Spears would have just killed them all. And that would have been awful value for me. So I need to make sure that I've got, you know, something penning those spearmen in. And, you know, I've got to react to things like that. I can't just hit go and then just let it happen. I'm sure it happens very quickly, but I do have to adjust, which is really fun. And it keeps me on the ball. So that's why this is my reset button. So I think all of you guys should find your reset button. Find something that you enjoy playing that's quite, I don't know, panic-inducing, frankly. Because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Just have something just to be like, okay, I'm not in the game. I need to get back in the game. Here we go. Boom. Beastmen. Let's go crazy. I think it really helps. I think it helps a lot. Because obviously, you know, a lot of the time I kind of have to play the game because I want to get content out for YouTube, even if I'm not really feeling up to it. Which is, you know, a pity when it becomes a chore. But, you know, I wouldn't force my way through it unless I didn't really enjoy the game in the first place. But sometimes I just not really in the mood. So having something that can just immediately just get me there is beautiful. And yeah, this is starting to sound pretty weird and sexual, isn't it? Yeah. Let's ignore that bit. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it works brilliantly. I love this matchup, honestly. I think it was very... yeah, it was weirdly polite, actually, to ask if he, you know, if I minded him bringing Lizardmen. Because, honestly, I've always found this matchup very comfortable for the Beastmen. I can see why it can be tough, though, because if you're not that aggressive a Beastman player, you can get picked off. You know, just one thing at a time, you know. Javelins can take out the Centaurs, and Spearmen can hold back Centaurs with great weapons, which you often see. You often see the great weapon variant running around and just trying to cycle charge stuff. But, you know, you can kind of keep things at bay a lot of the time. But, I don't know, the way I play, just want to get everything involved immediately. You know, don't let them react. Don't let them choose the engagements. And I think that's the way to play it, honestly. And that's what immediately fires all my synapses and gets me back into, you know, game face mode. So, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think I've rambled on enough. But Energized, yeah, real star here. You know, guys, be polite on ladder. Like, there's no reason not to. Be chatty to people. It's a nice community, and you never know, you might meet some people that, you know, you enjoy talking to and things. You never know. I mean, it's not like I've got Energized phone number or anything, you know, we're not going to the pub, but it was a nice experience, you know, we had a chat, it was good. You know, he was polite, he let me choose the matchup, basically. It was sweet of him, and that's a nice attitude to have. So you don't always have to just constantly counterpick people, because I've had that happen a lot, and it's just, you know, and they don't say a word, and if they do, it's usually, you know, get wrecked scrub, and it never works out well for them, because at that point, I put my game face on and I don't let them get away with that. So, yeah, be polite to people, guys. It's always good. You know, we've got a good community here. If I'm sounding really preachy, I'm quite tired. I haven't had my morning coffee yet. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.